very much.
Thank you.
Merci. Thank you for the festival. And how have you enjoyed the festival here at Hellfest, and what have you been doing since the last Hellfest?
Well, it's always a pleasure to play on Hellfest. I think it's a very progressive way how they do everything. The female stage that we have today, how they build the artifacts on the festival. So it's always a pleasure to play here. Also, the audience is always on fire, which I enjoy very much. What we have been doing since then, well, after that our album came out, Bleed Out album, and we've been touring Europe, we've been to Australia, we've been to several other countries as well, and doing festivals right now, working on a new album already, so that's what we've been doing so far.
Fantastic, and I forgot to say that I'm with All Rock here, and what can we expect with your next album?
The next album, that's a good question. It's very in the early stage still. And so I'm not 100% sure how it will eventually end up, but we're trying new stuff again. Although maybe for people outside the audience and fans and media, it doesn't look like huge steps we've made. But if you compare our latest album to our first, we have made some different changes musically. And with the next album, we'll make a quite radical new change again. And for us anyway, hopefully you will see the same thing and we'll appreciate it. We'll have to see. You're welcome.
Hello Sharon.
Hello.
Welcome to the hottest press conference in the world.
Oh my God, yes it is.
How ain't a bad place to be. I'm Neil from Total Rock in the UK. You recently went out to Ukraine and did the amazing video. You took the band back and they played with you. What was that like as an experience to go to Ukraine during the war?
Well, I went there 2 times. First, I did in March last year for a video with Alex Yarmak for the Fool's Parade song that we released together. And the second time it was because of a festival called Atlas Festival. When the war started, we were supposed to play on the Atlas Festival. It got cancelled, and we got involved with several organizations trying to raise awareness for the Ukraine. And to finally come back and play at a festival like Atlas, it was like a circle, you know, full circle, but still there's so much still to do and to talk about and to keep on putting a highlight on it. For us it was the first time when I went to the Ukraine, I wasn't that scared to go, because when you go into the country, you fly to Poland, you get a train to the Ukraine, to Kyiv eventually. And you get an app and you can see what kind of dangers there are coming towards you, like if there's a MiG or there's drones coming towards you, and then you have some time still to go to a shelter. The second time I was scared shit because of the fact that they had bombed Kyiv just before the Atlas Festival was supposed to happen, and they bombed the children's hospital and there were many casualties, and they postponed the festival by a week, which I have never had seen in my complete career, that anything was possible to postpone by a week. But every person on that festival said, we're going to postpone it, we'll do anything to be there and to still have our music and to have like a comfort kind of thing for the Ukrainian people, for Kyiv people. And I was really inspired by that, because it was like the resilience of the Ukrainian inspired me every day. I think they have no choice, of course, but on the other hand, you can also roll over and say, you know, take it all. And they don't. They really fight back with a lot of honor and dignity. And to see them, how they do the war, compared to the Russians, they attack every civilian, while the Ukrainian only attack military targets. It's a huge difference of how we see a lot of things happening in the world right now. So going there was an honor for me to be part of that, and yeah, I hope to do so in the future again.
Hi, I'm Siam from Metal Man TV Friends. Hello, thank you for your humanity. We love that really in you. I have a question. Sorry, because your answer was really, truly amazing just before. Yes, as an artist, how do you physically and mentally cope with this extreme weather?
With the weather?
Yeah, with the condition on tour. And do you feel like climate change is becoming a real challenge for live performance? Let's be be true.
Yeah, well, that's another topic that is close to my heart as well. Well, it's not easy for anyone to be here. Actually, they want to cancel the press conference because it's too hot here in here. But I think it's two important issues to talk about today, and I'll redo my makeup later on. I don't care. Anyway, I think climate change is a thing. I am not a denier of that at all. I think our album, The Silent Force, at the time was dealing a lot with topics on that as well. And it's unfortunate that there are so many issues in the world right now that we don't have, that we're not focused on that much anymore, that we have to focus on dealing with wars at the time instead of trying to face another danger for everyone, which is climate change. You're welcome. Hello.
I have a question more technical than
Yeah, no problem.
than the others. It's about night after night you put impressive vocal performance. It's really impressive. How do you handle with that and keep shape with your voice with the really difficult weather, really hot, cold AC and all this time? How do you handle with that to keep a really best performance night after night and impressive night after night?
Well, actually we came just from Denmark, where it's like 12 degrees colder than here. So it made a huge change. I was wearing a sweater yesterday, and now I'd rather wear as less as possible. To answer your question, it's not a very rock and roll answer, because the older you get, and of course with the most playing on festivals like these, that people are expecting a good presentation of the band. It's a lot of sleep, alcohol-free beer. That's just me. The rest of the guys can do whatever they want, But it's for me, for my vocals, it's important to maintain my health and have a lot of sleep, which is pretty boring. But I enjoy performing on stage a lot, and so to do what I love best, I have to take certain measurements, and I will.
I'm Elisa from the Road to Rock. Hello.
Hi.
So my question is, recently you collaborated with a Ukrainian artist.
Yes.
You said you're working on more new music. Do you have more collaborations coming up, or who would you like to collaborate with?
There's actually a lot of collaborations coming up. Another from Ukraine, which I'm not allowed to talk about yet. And also with some other people, someone from Germany. Someone from Sweden, so I'm featuring a lot of stuff at the moment, so which I enjoy very much, because you get to know other people as well outside of your own music stream, and and I love doing that. There's many people I would love to collaborate with. A lot of them are also dead, but the thing is, for us, when we want to collaborate, it's people approach us, or we have written a song that fits a certain vocal, and we'll hope to try to get that person on board. So we'll see. You're welcome.
Hello, Dawn from All Rock again.
Oh, yeah.
The last time you were here in Paris, it was snowing, and now it's hot. So, how is it like playing for the French people, and how do you feel playing for the French?
Well, the French people are like a lot of Mediterranean people. They're all over the place when they're in the audience. Most of the time, they're very expressive of their love for music, and that's always the reason why we love playing for the French people, but also the Mediterranean people, because they're very vocal and they're very expressive, and you need that energy to perform as well. And the more love you get, the more we can spread it as well. So it's an interaction that is well needed. Yeah, you're welcome.
Hi, this is Archie Music from Mexico.
Hello, Mexico.
Tonight you will take the main stage at the Hellfest.
Yeah.
Despite the heat, fans are holding their ground to see you live. How does it feel to witness that kind of devotion?
Can you repeat the last part?
How does it feel to witness that kind of devotion?
Devotion of the people that are in front of the stage. Yeah, well, that's of course amazing. Hopefully they will manage to drink a lot and still be energetic at the time that we're playing. So hopefully, yeah, they will be still standing at that time.
Any more questions? I do have one question. Your previous album, you released it without the support of a record label, so I guess you will follow this new process. Do you already know what you can improve in all the fact of releasing an album without the support of a record label?
I think doing that without a record label has its advantages but also disadvantages, and that's something we've learned throughout the last album that we have released. But it also gave a lot of freedom to release whenever you wanted to, especially during Corona. We were feeling like, you know, we're all bound at home and needed music ourselves, but also for our fans. And that's why we did the releases that we did, so many before the album actually came out. And I'm not sure we're going to do exactly the same, because it also has its disadvantages. And maybe we'll do some things differently with the next album, but we'll maintain our independence. That's something that I think is still very important.
I have a question that I think it's interesting to answer to ask to a band with like you, who has many albums. It's like about the set list of the show. I know it's really difficult. Hopefully for us, we have a big timeline tonight, but how difficult is it to choose the great set list each time, and do you choose to change really often to put the many rarities, I want to say, in the most show each night, or is it a choice to stay with the same set list in one tour for weeks?
We do change a little bit here and there throughout the festival season, but not that much, because when you're headlining a stage, it's still, you want to play the best set that you have, because there's still a lot of people that didn't come for you, although you're late on the bill, and you want to present the album or the band in a way that will make them interested into listening to you on platforms as well, and start following you. And so the best set list is what we're going to play tonight. It's maybe not the most original one, but I think a lot of people will be happy with hearing, and it will be a very dynamic and energizing one. You're welcome.
No more questions? Thank you very much, Sharon.
You're welcome.